So I shared that a few weeks ago when I was at Home Depot. They had these seed potatoes. They had a whole bunch of stuff that I've never seen there. So I went ahead and grabbed it. And it has not gotten planted yet. So even though it is, what, May 24th? Yes, May 24th. We are going to go ahead and plant these anyway because when I got them, they all look really good. They're all still nice and moist, but they're starting to wrinkle and soften, which means they're not going to be much longer. So while I would never recommend planting potatoes in May in Vegas, I did it in California. It worked out, but our summers are very different there. While we did have days that got into the hundreds, we did not have prolonged days in the hundreds, and the night still got cool. Right now, we are already, today is getting, it was supposed to get up to 96. Got up to 89. It feels a little warmer, and here it's definitely warmer. But yeah, we're already in the 90s, and we're only really getting down to like 70 at night. So this is not the right time to plant these, but if I don't, they're just going to go in the compost anyway. So we're going to go ahead and plant them today in our grow bags. Just got about 4 or 5 inches of soil in the bottom of all of these grow bags. I've got probably maybe a 1/4 cup of trifecta plus in each of them. I'm going to put a little worm castings in, and that's it. I don't do the bone meal and all that. I've never had good potato crop when I do that. It just doesn't work for me, so I don't do it. I do not cut my potatoes. I put the whole potato in. I have tried, this will be my 8th season now, I think 8th season growing potatoes. And I always try different things as I find them. And honestly, out of the 8 years, my best crops always come when I just plant the whole potato. So we're going to do on some of these bags, we're doing 2 bags with the superior white potato. We're doing 1 bag with the red Norland potato, 1 bag with the blue Adirondack potato, and then 2 of the Yukon Gold. And depending, I might end up, now I am, because there's just 2 of the blue Adirondack. So yeah, that'll work. So that's our plan. That's what we're going to do. I will make a playlist that is maybe like potato experiment. And yeah, we'll see how these potatoes getting planted. What's nice is I can move these to the shade. I can move these into cooler areas because they are in bags. And my best results have always come from grow bags. I did okay with in-ground, but I did not do well with my potatoes in pots. But the grow bags seem to be the way that works best for me. So I'm going to get these done, put the potatoes in, then we're going to cover it with a few inches of dirt to get all of these buds that are coming out, shoots coming out, covered. We're going to water them really, really well, and then I'll figure out where they're going to go for now. Potatoes are potted up, so I've got 3 Yukon Gold seed potatoes in this one. We've got 2 in this one. We've got 2 superior white in this one and 3 superior white in this one. We've got 2 blue Adirondack here, and then we've got all of the red Norland potato. Red Norland I harvest as a smaller potato. It is already a smaller potato, but I kind of harvested not quite a baby, but a little and small. I'll dig down and pull them out and we'll eat them. So anyway, I'm going to top these with dirt. They've got, you can see the trifecta plus, the worm castings. We're going to top these with dirt and put about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of soil over the growth, because you can see these are going to be the leaves. So we don't want to bury them too deep. We don't want them staying too wet. So, because these are further, usually I get them when they're like this, but I have also planted them when they have foliage. And I'll be honest, I usually do much better with organic store-bought potatoes that just sprout in the pantry, but they were at Home Depot, they were cheap, so we'll give them a go. And I always grow Yukon Gold, and I usually do Yukon Gold, russet, and I forget the red that I do, but so this would be fun also to try some other ones, if they even make it, because again, you really don't plant potatoes at the end of May in Las Vegas, but it's use them or lose them, so why not? Can't eat them, can't do anything else with them, so we're going to try growing them. Let's see what happens. My bathing suit. It's got all of our potatoes potted up and labeled and covered, and I added the trifecta plus and worm castings. Now, just want to say again, I usually don't add anything other than worm castings. This will be the first year trying the trifecta plus. So far, everything that I have used it with has been great. So put a little in this when we planted them, covered them up. Going to go ahead and give them a really good water. We are going to cover them with straw mulch because out here in the desert, you've got to have mulch or these will be dry way too fast. They already dry out because of the sides, but that's what they're supposed to do. So go ahead. I'm going to find a home for these guys. Good water and straw. Got our potatoes all topped off, deep watered in. Always the first time when I plant anything in a grow bag, I saturate all the soil in the bag. I saturate the entire bag. Here in the desert in Vegas, once it gets over 90 when it's windy, these do dry out really fast. I still love using them because it makes it almost impossible for me to overwater, which is great. Because with this heat, you end up watering a lot, keeping the roots cool. They're going to temporarily stay here, maybe temporarily, who knows, over here with all the pistachio trees because they get good shade, good protection. I'm going to cover them with about an inch or so of straw. And then, I think it's straw, maybe it's hay. I'll have to look at the packaging. Anyway, I'm going to give them a nice little layer of mulch. I choose on my potatoes, I like to use the straw over wood mulch. And that's more because that way when I'm topping them off, because I'll wait until they get a few inches, by 4 to 6 inches out of the soil. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll top them off with more soil. I don't have to remove the straw because straw has a much lower carbon and nitrogen ratio to break down. So for wood, it's depending on the kind of wood you're using, it's anywhere from 101 or 100 to 1 to 500 to 1. And on average, straw is usually about 80 to 1. So it's a lot easier for the soil to break down without needing to use up a lot of the nitrogen in the soil. So I'm going to use straw, and then I am just going to hand water until I figure out where they're going to live. So, oh, and also once they pop through and I see the leaves, that's when I go ahead and I roll down the grow bag. And then as we build up and I top off more and more soil, these will come back up to here. But I do wait until the leaves pop up before I roll down the sides. So that's it. Let's see how these guys do. This is going to be a fun little experiment, planting May potatoes in the Las Vegas desert. It's a first for me.